Today on Teuty's track analysis, we have the track of the day for January 24th, LGZ Slippery by Nightwolf. Slippery is an ice track, and as you can imagine, it contains the surface ice, as well as road and bobsleigh. The track features some very tight lines, and you can easily crash out in a lot of spots, so I'd say the difficulty of the track is above average, rating it a 7 out of 10. I finished with a time of 44.714, which was over 2 seconds ahead of the gold medal time and 1 second behind the author medal time. Overall, I thought the track was fairly good, but very hard to drive consistently well. One turn in particular felt very bad to drive through, with it being very blind on the entrance as well as having an extremely awkward exit. With that said, on the plus-minus rating scale, I give Slippery a plus rating. For the analysis and the comparison today, the current world record Ghost was driven by Tuflum with a 41.4. Nothing to point out at the very start here until we get into this very first ice section, in which you see that I start to pull very far ahead. Maybe very far is a stretch, but as you can see, I am a little bit ahead here, and the world record and the next few places behind them all release into this turn. I can't give you a 100% concrete answer as to why they do this, but I believe it's because it gives them a better angle directly towards the apex of the turn. And we'll see what difference that makes as we unpause here, and you'll see the world record just goes zooming right past me. Though I do get a better setup for this turn here, being wider on the entrance, it just gives me a better angle of approach for this turn in general, so you will see me keep pace with the world record through this corner and the following corner. We'll see my front tires hit the snow, but it really doesn't slow me down any. But for this next turn, you really want to be as close to this wall as possible, but it's very, very difficult, especially when you get into this part. The entrance to this is basically completely blind, and you need a perfect angle upon entrance. You can't really adjust too much once you're already inside of this section. To get out of the turn, you have to release to straighten out, and then subsequently keep turning to the right to then get into this ice slide. Overall, the turn is just extremely hard to get into, and the exit also just feels extremely awkward. And with no GPS either on the track, it made it even worse because I had really no idea how to approach this corner in general. When I was first playing, I was going straight, and it felt so awkward, it didn't feel right. Then I tried to do 360s in the corner to try to get an exit that way, but you would just completely lose all your gears. So then I had to watch a world record to see what they do, and then they were using the straighten out method, so that's what I went with, and again, it just does not feel great to do. I released way too late getting out of this ice slide, which resulted in me being very wide for the next ice slide. Ideally, like the world record is here, you want to be hugging that inside wall. On the exit, I'll release a little early to straighten out much earlier than the world record, and for this turn here, you also, again, want to be on the inside line. Personally, I had a lot of troubles with this turn. I would always get into the ice slide very early, be way too aggressive, and crash into the wall. So I just started to play this one a bit safer, being much further outside, to guarantee that I could get through here cleanly. Really, I just struggled a lot on the later parts of this track, including this jump right here. For whatever reason, my brain kept telling me to take this jump straight, but in hindsight, it's fairly obvious that you want to be sideways here, so upon landing, you can get into the ice slide. So we'll see on the landing here that I am fairly straight and just trying to get into the ice slide while the world record is already in the ice slide. Getting into it late gives me a very high line here and just a very poor line into the finish. So we got a decent ice track today and a fairly hard one at that too. Really, the middle section with the very awkward turn just really hurt the rating for me. I'm a bit disappointed in my time today as well. Really feel like I could have done much better. I had plenty of laps in today's discovery video in which I was like nearly 2 seconds ahead at some points, and I really feel like I could have gotten the author medal. I just really struggled getting clean lines on the second part of this track. That'll do it for today's analysis though. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like the video and subscribe. Be sure to check the description for links to my Twitch and Discord if you're interested in those. And be sure to check out all the other analysis videos already out on the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next track analysis.